New partnerships for the solar electric vehicle company Aptera. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Aptera is co-founder and co-CEO Steve Fambro. Hi, Steve.
Hey, Fred.
Great to see you again. And
Likewise.
from Polydrops, founder Kyunghyun Lew. Hi, Kyunghyun, or K as they're sometimes referred to.
Yeah, hi Fred. Yeah, this is Kay. I have no problem to just go with Kay. Yeah.
Well, Steve, we're going to start with you first. We've spoken before the last time. Near the end of 2022, there were hopes that you would soon be in production and delivering vehicles. Lots of folks are waiting. Give us the update on the status of things.
Well, this morning, I guess, or midnight, our crowdfunding finally ended, and we were oversubscribed, which is great. Hopefully, we'll be able to make some announcements on how much we netted in the haul. I don't want to say right now, but that's very important for our company because it's like we've gotten to orbit, and now we've done the translunar injection, and now we're coasting on our way to the moon. And so that last bit of the crowdfunding lets us coast while we do the fundraise with U.S. Capital, which kicks off imminently, and that raises the rest of the money to productionize the vehicle. The biggest single tooling cost, the body structure and panels, has been done along with the solar, but now there's lots of little things. There's ABS testing, the NREs associated with buying the ABS system, castings, tooling for that, et cetera, et cetera. So this next round lets us finish up all of that stuff. So hopefully we can start production early next year.
And that would get you in the hands of customers. When do you think?
Definitely next year. The plan is that Q1, Q2. Hopefully it's Q1, but we're working to make it as fast as possible and as fast as the funding allows.
This is a small vehicle, a two-seater. Is that?
It's similar if you have. I have 3 electric vehicles now, so I've become somewhat of an expert. But if you have a Chevy Bolt or Model 3, let's say, and you fold the back seat down, it's like that. You've got 2 seats with lots of cargo.
Terrific. And what's the range on these that you're telling people?
Base model is about 400 miles, plus or minus. It's 42 kilowatt hours usable in the battery pack. That's about 10 miles per kilowatt hour. So it's very efficient. And that efficiency is really, it's what drives everything that we do as a company. And I think that's part of the synergy we saw with Polydrops as we looked and we said, man, this is a nice, efficient, aerodynamic composite trailer. It's like something Aptera would have designed. And so we were attracted to it from the very beginning.
Well, that leads us to this. I mean, you've developed this great technology in the process of what you're doing, and now you're doing some licensing of that technology. That's where Polydrops comes in. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, in terms of business development for solar, we have 2 ways that we're pursuing it. One is with licensing, and one is with just the sales of the panel and the electronics. And so we're still exploring the best route with Kay and his company, and we'll determine together what the best route is for them. But those are the 2 ways that we're looking to monetize our solar IP: licensing it or making the panels for the customer, perhaps in the beginning.
Well, let's turn to UK and
Yeah.
Polydrop. Tell us about what you're building for the RV world.
All right. So we really strive to build the RV, and we're trying to design it as energy efficient as possible. And yeah, that actually that's how we ended up collaborating with Aptera, because we were sharing same idea, but we were just seeing we're targeting different marketplace. So yeah, so that's what we're doing. So we are focusing on the aerodynamics of the RV. We're trying to make it aerodynamic as possible, so any EVs can tow it. Also lightweight, and we're also focusing on the energy efficiency of the cabin. Means that We also care about the R value of the cabin. Means you can run the AC out from the solar, because that's one of the like rule of thumb in RV industries, that yeah, you cannot run the air conditioner out from solar power, because you need tons of energy to run the AC. But we just actually tackle that, like that's not true. I mean, we have to focus on the energy efficiency of everything, and that actually can change all of our comfort. And That's what we're doing. So we are trying to revolutionize human dwelling, by making it energy efficient as possible. And we just started off with the RV, but our main goal is really focusing on how the humans are actually living in the space, and also about the energy regarding that.
It seems that there's some problems that I'd be scratching my head with. If you want to have battery storage on here and be fully electric, if I'm not mistaken, with
Yeah,
the
that's right.
but batteries are really heavy, but you want to be really
Mhm.
lightweight. So tell us how you're tackling all that.
Yeah, right. So that all linked up with the energy efficiency, because once you have a really well insulated cabin, means that you're not really, you can think this way. You can think about like Yeti cooler on a wheel. And cooling down that really well insulated cabin actually doesn't require that much of the energy. For example, for our P21, um, like we're in Los Angeles, so it's basically a desert area, where the temperature goes easily go above 100 Fahrenheit, and we brought the trailer outside. Um, we were in the middle of somewhere in Mojave Desert where it was like 100 Fahrenheit, and we only require around 300 watts per every hour to cool down the cabin in that certain situation. So with the 5 kilowatt hour of the battery pack we have inside of the trailer, we can run the AC for around like 12 hours continuously. And after the night goes by, daytime, the Aptera solar kicks in and it charges up the battery to the 100%. So that's what we're trying to do. So once we make the trailer really energy efficient, we don't require that much of it, battery pack, makes the trailer lightweight as possible. Um, so that's how we solve the problem. So we just need to, uh, reduce the energy waste as much as possible. That makes every problem to be solved.
And your background is in architecture?
So it's a little complicated, but long story short, yes, it's an architecture design background. But in Korea, I'm originally from South Korea. And in Korea, most of the architecture design department, they are under engineering department in Korea. So, like in my school, what we done was like we our curriculum is 5 years. So for 3 years, you have to learn all the engineering part of the building, which includes the structure engineering, like electronics, and the insulation, HVAC system, and plus the aerodynamics as well of the high-rise building, because of that sometimes make a catastrophic issue. Um, so yeah, that's my background. So I do have engineering background and also the design background at the same time.
Well, I want to hear from both of you on this, but tell us about
Mhm.
the partnership here. What you will be working with Aptera on and for. And Steve, you can tell us about things from your perspective.
I'll let Kay go first since he's a customer.
Well, um, sorry. Well, the reason why I choose to go with the Aptera panel, I think this is the most important, thing I want to share with you all, is that there's two main reasons why. Let me go with the second reason, which was because we were really pleased with the efficiency of the panel, which was really great. So the panel itself is rated for 1300 watts, and in the real world we're seeing around 1100 watts, which is really really great, because the panel is not, there's no tracking, so there's no tilting or nothing. They are always just staying on the top of the trailer, and still we're seeing 1100 watts, which is really great. And that was the main one of the reason why we choose to work with Aptera, because we really value that. But the actual main reason that I choose to contact Aptera was that we were really fascinated with the mission that Aptera is chasing. Like just like what Simon Sinek said, people don't buy the product about what it is, but they're just buying it because why you're doing that. And I met Chris, the co-founder of the Aptera, at the Tesla Takeover event, and we talked a lot. We checked our product, and also I'm the reservation holder of the launch edition, so I really want to check the product. And I was stunned. And you know what? I mean, I really want to work with these guys. I already contacted a few of other solar panel companies, and they're great. They're great, but yeah, that was the main thing that I choose to work with Aptera. Yeah, I love the mission, and it was an honor to work with the people who believe in the future.
Steve?
Well, thank you for that, Kay. I mean, I think the feeling's mutual with us when you met Chris at the show, and I wasn't there at the show. I think I might have been either in Abu Dhabi or Italy, one of those places traveling. And when I Googled your company to see the product, I thought, man, this looks fascinating, and tell me more. And we got to see it. You brought your lovely family down. We got to see the trailer, and I learned how it was built out of the sort of insulated panels, structural composite insulated panels. And I thought, there's no other way to build a trailer. Like, it has to be built this way. It makes so much sense because now you can make everything so nice and quiet and with little environmental impact. When my son and I, for example, we live by the coast, and we have our my son's grandparents go to the coast to the campground often, and we get invited there. And if you walk from the trailer maybe down to the bathroom or something, all you hear at the campground are generators. Every one of these trailers have generators running, and you smell the gasoline, you hear the generators. Why? It's not necessary anymore. Like, with efficiency, you can heat your trailer, you can cool it with induction cooking. Induction cooking is fantastic. It's almost instant. It's so energy efficient. I have a wok here at Aptera and an induction cooktop. So when I do noodles and things like that, it's so fast, so quick and clean. So I think both of our companies, both the senior leadership of our companies, we have this appreciation of efficiency, and I think we both believe that efficiency opens up the new doors, and for us, it lets us, Simon Sinek, start with why. You're absolutely right. Our why is we want every journey to be powered by the sun. That's it. That's our why, and that it needs efficiency to make that happen. But our why is we want every journey powered by the sun. And so that lets us to focus on that means you've got to focus on efficiency. So that's a common element.
I don't think you can call it why. I think some other guy has that, but I know exactly what you mean. So tell me how this comes together now. Okay, you have a trailer that's on the market now. People can order it now, right? And have it delivered within a matter of a couple of months?
Yeah. So well, we technically have one, two, three, four models currently. The smallest one is the P19 model. Speaking about the name of our trailer, it actually means the Polydrop trailer came out. The concept came out in 2019. So yeah, then named after it named P19. That's how we actually named the product. So the P19 is the very very smallest model we have. We started off from there because we are a relatively small startup company, and how I funded my company was selling one of my Kia that I used to have. Yeah, so that was the reason why we started off from the teardrop trailer. So anyways, so P19, and there's the XP19. That's the kind of souped up version. Is a luxury version with the 5 kilowatt of battery pack on it. And those two trailer combined, we sold around 100 of them. And we are coming out with the P21, which means that, yeah, the concept came out in 2021. Yeah, we are currently, getting pre-order for that trailer. And Yeah, so that's really, we have two prototype. We're currently doing the road testing and also testing out the solar panel and everything. We're trying to get more data as much as possible. Yeah, that's our current stage.
Terrific. So you've got trailers on the market now. You've got the larger one coming, and
Mhm.
your trailers can be towed by pretty much any EV, a Model 3, a Model Y, etc.
Yeah, so the P19 and the XP19, those teardrop trailers we have, they're mainly designed to be towed by the Model 3. I do have Model 3. I don't recommend customers to do it with the Model 3 because, they're not ready for any towing by the Tesla. But, I'm the person who really don't care. So I tow with my Model 3, no problem at all. We did it for like almost like 40,000 mile. And yeah, they chose really, really great. And yeah, we came up with the P21 because our family is expanding. And yeah, we got the Model Y. Model Y can tow it. Model 3 still can tow it, but it's almost, you know, um, getting to the limit of the tow hitch limit, which is 2,000 pounds. So yeah, we got the Model Y. Model Y has no issue to pull it. We used to have the Ionic 5 as well, had no issue to pull that one as well. So yeah, I can just simply say, yeah, most of the EVs that are designed to tow anything, we're gonna have no issue. You don't need a truck. Just regular daily driving EVs can tow this thing.
But people might wonder, okay, so what happens to your range?
Right. So yeah, that was my biggest concern back in 2020 when once I first time I got the Tesla. Um, we saw around like 50% of the range loss right away. So that's how my knowledge about aerodynamics kicked in. So we adapt the CFD simulation to figure out what really we need to um, revise the design for the trailers because the trailers are not they're in a pretty special situation because they're always like all the time there's staying behind a towing vehicle. So they're dealing with the different airflow compared to the road vehicles. So I actually did now 4 years of the running the simulation of the CFD, and yeah, so the P21 is the latest design, and if you compare with the like regular 21 footer trailer, it has around like 5 to 6 times better aerodynamics than them. And P21 has the same air drag created by the 5 feet wide teardrop trailer you can find on the market. Um, so it is really outperforming in this class. So, anyways, aerodynamics was the key to reduce any range loss. So now, if we tow the P21 with our Model Y, and if you maintain 55 mile per hour, that is the speed limit in California. Um, then we saw around 313 watt hour per mile, means that you can go around like 240 miles in a single charge with a Model Y long range. And yeah, I know. I mean, most of the customers they want to travel state to state, and most of the states they don't have actual speed limit for trailers. So we did 65 mile per hour of the tow testing when we are over at the Wyoming, and we saw around no, it was specifically 368 watt hour per mile when we were doing 65 mile per hour driving. So which is really significant because usually people say like I monitor other people towing the trailer with their EVs and they usually see around like at least 450 to 500 watt hour per mile when they're doing 55, but yeah, you actually don't need to do that. Like you just need a aerodynamic trailer and that you know fixes everything.
And you can stay as long as you have some sunshine there, you can stay off grid
Oh
indefinitely.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Mhm.
Really, really cool. And Steve, I don't imagine an Aptera is going to be towing anything too soon, right? But
And not too soon, not the three-wheel platform. I mean, it technically could, but there's much better vehicles, for that. Maybe the next one for sure, but it's something that people have asked, and I definitely think the next version would be better suited for towing a trailer.
But you do have so you're already planning a larger vehicle, then it sounds like.
I can't confirm nor deny. I mean, we are laser focused on getting this vehicle in production. So I don't want to create the impression that we're spending any resources at all on something different or future oriented. But we have ideated and discussed and done some planning, some product portfolio planning, and that portfolio does include larger vehicles.
Real world, what can people who are interested in the Aptera expect in terms of just being able to run on the sun?
Well, I mean, I think Kay's experience is a great indicator. The real world performance is very close to our calculations, and that's fantastic. And I think the efficiencies, our solar cell manufacturer just bumped up another level of efficiency. I think they're 24.9 now, so it's only going to get better from where we are today. By time the vehicles roll out in production, it's only going to get better. We have, I think, with the Aptera hatch, it's not the largest, but it's one of the largest solar panels ever made. Just the sheer dimensions of it. It's a very large panel, and all of the calculations that we've given for the 40 miles range and simulations based on and testing, real world testing that we've done, have been based on the current form that you see. There's all kinds of tricks that we have up our sleeve. For example, one example is at a certain time of the day, being able to open the trunk, and the trunk, the largest panel, the hatch, becomes a directed array, at the setting sun from 3 or 4 p.m. onwards. That would take us even above 40 miles if we wanted to. So I think there's all kinds of things that we have that we haven't even scratched the surface on to increase the efficiency. I mean, we're both just our company and Kay's company. We're getting started, and I think wherever we are right now with performance, it's only going to get better.
So your estimate is about 40 miles of range you can add per day if you're out in the sunshine?
That's about right. I don't see anything in the data that make me think otherwise right now.
And for many people, many drivers, that's more than enough, depending on
That's right. That's exactly right. And it completely changes the narrative. So now you're talking about only charging on long trips, and then it becomes more reasonable. I drove to Las Vegas twice this month with my son. I have an Ioniq 6, but we still have to stop and fast charge. But after driving 2 hours, you got to go to the bathroom, you got to get some coffee, you stretch your legs anyway. So it takes 20 minutes, 30 minutes. That's fine. So charging on long trips, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or even less with an Aptera, I think people have bought into that. Those charge stalls are busy. People are doing it right now, every day, and that's acceptable. And so that means that it frees, potentially our vehicle frees up the people from the tyranny of having to charge it every day, even though charging it at home is not that big of a deal, right? You're your own gas station. But there's a lot of people like myself. I have 3 EVs. There's 3 drivers in our house, 3 EVs. So it's a logistical, it's like musical chargers, trying to figure out who's going to park where, who gets to charge, who has to drive the longest distance, all the family etiquette. Well, you've got more charge than me, so I need to charge. All that goes away with Aptera.
Gosh,
the family drama doesn't go away.
It's like a big family with one bathroom, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So very, very cool. So are you moving to the NACS standard for charging?
Yes, that is our design of record. That's what we have designed into the vehicle, and that's what we're building.
And Kay, will there be a charging port also on the
Yeah, that's right.
Is there? Yep.
Yeah, there is. But since we are RVs and we are just still following the RV standards, so we're gonna have 30 amp rated at 120 volts. So it's gonna be either L530 or TT30. but we're still evaluating one of them.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So for both of you, I'll get you. You can go first, Kay. Where can people go for more info?
So yeah, people can visit our website. It's polydrops.com, and yeah, you can find most of the information there. And oh yeah, we are also actively on the Instagram as well, which is at polydrops.
And it's Poly, not an I there.
Right, POLYDROPS.
And Steve, where can people go for more info?
People go to aptera.us and they can look at our media page. We're also on YouTube, Instagram. I think some new videos even dropped today, a new interview I did. So that's where they can receive the latest information.
APTERA
.us.
.us. Steve Fambro and Kyunghyun Lew, thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you, gentlemen, both.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thanks
Fred.
a lot.